Okay, so I'm going to show you how to harvest these microgreens. This is a 10 by 20 flat that I just grew in about 10 days. Before I start harvesting, I just want to say that you want to do this when it's as dry as possible. I didn't water this yesterday and I set it out for a day, and there's a little bit of like wetness in here, but these roots are thirsty. I did that because if you store, I cut them and I store them in a Ziploc bag, and if you store them when they're really wet, they get moldy, and then they get moldy really quick in just, I don't know, 3 days or so. I mean, it's pretty quick. So I wanted to make sure they were a little bit more dry. Okay, now I'm growing in coco mat. This coco mat has been used once. I have not reused it yet. And yeah, so there's two methods you can use to harvest. You can use scissors, which I don't consider to be the best solution, but I will just show you. You know, you kind of hold it, and then you just cut it. Boom, you have sprouts, put it in a bag, and yay. But I don't like to do that because there's a little bit of food right there that you're wasting. So I put my finger on the base of this mat and I just pull the plant out of it, and look at how quickly I can harvest these plants, these sprouts. I look at the bottom to make sure there's no cocoa fibers that got mixed in. Usually they're pretty easy to see because these cocoa fibers tend to be long and hard, so they're very noticeable and you can even feel them. I don't see any, so I'll put it in this bag, and then I'll start again and just pull. Looks good, and I keep going. And that's as simple as that. It's very quick to harvest these. Like I said, I haven't reused this coco mat more than once yet, so I can do this method and just pull it, and the fibers pretty much stay in place. For the first time mats, I have yet to have a problem. I don't know yet about the second time mats, but the fibers might pull a little bit, and you might have to use scissors because the mat's just falling apart and it's expiring and you have to throw it away soon anyways. So yeah, that's how you harvest microgreens. It shouldn't take you more than a couple minutes to do each flat. I mean, look at this. I'm just getting through it. Putting it in here. I'm about halfway through this flat, and this Ziploc bag is a little more than halfway full. So this is a lot of sprouts in just one tray. If you're eating sprout salads and you're mixing different kinds of sprouts together, that's going to be a really nutritious salad. And I've noticed that since we've been eating a lot of sprouts and putting it in our salads, we haven't been craving salad as much. It's like we're getting better nutrition, and then your body's just not as hungry when you give it what it needs. So okay, just picking up strays. Here we go. Look at that. That is a packed bag of sprouts. 1 gallon Ziploc bag. You know, I'm gonna have trouble closing this without squishing them. So normally I would only put about 3/4 of the sprouts. You know, just do 3/4 of a tray for one bag. That should be enough. I wouldn't pack it like this. I'll have to get another bag here in a second. But if you do multiple trays, 2.5 trays of this will equal about 3 Ziploc 1 gallon bags. Now we have this tray, or this coco mat here, and it's got all these roots in it, and I could spend time pulling all these out because I want to reuse this mat. I could spend the time to pull all of these roots out, but I don't want to do that. That's more work. Let's stay away from that. So what I do is I dry these outside and until this is all brittle, and then I break it all off, and then I put it in the dryer. So I'll show you that as I do those steps. Right now I'm gonna go put it outside. Okay, so I have a lead brick holding down this mat just to let it hang down and dry out as much as possible. And then when it's completely dry, I'll show you what I do. Alright, so this mat is all dried up now. This is the side where the roots were. And the wind has blown off a good chunk of them already for me. They just kind of dust off here. I also just discovered this technique you can use with a paintbrush. This is actually a pretty rigid brush, but it works really good at getting all this material off of here instead of using your hand if you don't want to. And that's it. You just keep doing this to the whole mat, and it's as easy as that. And now I'm gonna go throw it in the dryer. Once I'm done cleaning this off a little bit better, I'm going to throw it in the dryer to really heat it up and sterilize it, basically. And then we can reuse this grow mat to grow new sprouts. Alright, so here I've got two mats that I have repurposed. They've been dried out outside, and I cleaned them up and then put them in through the dryer. And you can tell that you can kind of split them a little bit, like they're falling apart. I'm not sure we'll be able to get a third use out of these, but definitely strong enough to be used again. And here you have a brand new one. What this one looks like. You know, it's a little bit thinner, and it's still strong. Well, of course it's strong, it's brand new, but I mean, these will do well. I'm very confident in these. I'll be posting another video if I can do these a third time, just to see how well they'll work. Third time, I'm pretty doubtful that that's gonna work. But if you can use these twice, just to give you an idea, I mean, this is 2 rolls of this 4x8 feet, 2 rolls for 80 bucks. But if you can use them twice, you're getting twice your money's worth. So, yep, this is my official test up here to see if it'll work, and I'm very confident that it will. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and that's how you harvest microgreens. Okay, bye-bye.